Hi, this is Chaitanya, and as we promised, Total Football
I'm
is...
Aditya. Thanks for introducing me.
Yes, he is Aditya, as you know by now. And as promised, Total Football is here, there and everywhere when it comes to the latest in football. And here we are. This is the Siagraj Sports Complex. And where are we at?
We are, well, you just mentioned that. We are here for the TheFootballLink tournament, which is going to showcase some of our best young talent in the country. And we've got some very, very special people who have come down. I'm very excited about this. Do you want to tell them or should I?
Oh, no, come on. You said all of that. Come on, let me.
You go for it.
We pick. So,
AC Milan here. Sorry.
If you did not hear that, AC Milan and Manchester City, the two top European clubs, their scouts are down here to gauge the young Indian talent and to see what is up in the world of football in India. So that's a pretty good gig landed by who? The
TheFootballLink, doing great things for the sport in this country. We've also got Gianluca, who's a bona fide FIFA agent, who's going to talk to us a bit about the
Enough about our nonsense.
Yeah.
Let's cut to the interviews. Let's cut to the chase. This is Aditya. I am Chaitanya, and you are watching Total Football.
Alright, Total Football's down at the TheFootballLink tournament, and we've got Nick and Lewis here. They're the academy coaches for Man City. We're going to ask them a couple of questions about the young players and stuff in general. Who do you think is the best player in the world? Who wants to take that?
It's got to be for me, either Messi or Ronaldo.
And for you?
Big question.
Big question?
Big question. Yeah, I think lots and lots of good players in the world. Hard question to pick the best player. Too hard.
Not one in particular?
I could run through all the Manchester City players for you.
Yeah, fair enough. Who do you watch out for in the future? You guys are over the academy. I mean, names we might not know, but something that comes to mind?
We have lots and lots of good players at the academy. I think we're realistic that our job is to improve them. We have lots of potential. If we can get some players into our first team, we'll be happy. As a club, we'll be very happy. That's the target, to improve our players and get them in the first team. And
from the people, what kind of percentage usually make it to the first team?
I don't think there's an actual percentage. I don't think there's, I couldn't give you a figure now, but I think every year, if we can get maybe 1, 2, 3, there's no percentage. It all goes on personal ability of the players.
And now some out of the box sort of facts about the club that we might not know.
We won the Premier League this year. Champions, Premier League champions.
Of course. But we know that. Anything that we might not know?
Well, a lot. We have a new stadium that we moved into. We moved from Main Road to the Etihad campus that we're in now. 34 years before we won FA Cup last year, Premier League. Hopefully this year more trophies.
So what should young players in India look out for to get noticed, really?
Practice. I think the key for young footballers is to practice as much as they can and enjoy the game. If they enjoy football, they will become better players through practice. So we see here, lots of players, they will only get better by practicing.
A lot of footballers have funky hairdos. Does that help in getting noticed at all?
Look at my hair. In my opinion, your haircut will not make you a better footballer, but personal preference. Look at your hair compared to mine, different. Yours is smart.
Cheers. What about the wackiest celebration that you've ever seen, or maybe your favourite celebration?
We always say to the children at Manchester City at the academy, if you score a goal, go and celebrate it, because I think, like I say, enjoying football is a massive, massive part of it. Being a young player, you have to enjoy the game to keep practicing. So, yeah, I mean, pros, the professionals, they celebrate. It must be a great feeling to score in front of 40, 50, 60,000 people.
And what role does attitude play in player development?
Massive. My personal opinion, very big. You have to have the right attitude to develop as a footballer. You have the right attitude and you combine that with practice,
Now, in terms of players, what do you prefer? Gifted with attitude or hardworking and down to earth?
You find me somebody with all of those 4 things, I tell you he's got a good chance to be a player. But I think there is all kinds of players. So I think we're looking for a rounded player. So if we get gifted with attitude, we'll try and give them hard work and a good attitude. If we get, you have to have everything. It's hardest thing in the world is to be a professional footballer. So if you can have all 4 of them, you've got a great chance.
Who do you think, in your opinion, is the best coach in the world right now? Both of you.
Roberto Mancini. He's not too bad. I'm not too bad.
Hypothetically, if you guys were out of a job right now.
There's lots of good coaches in the world. You know, you look at Jose Mourinho. You look at I could keep going. There's lots. Alex Ferguson. Roberto Mancini is a top coach. To win the Premier League, you have to be a top coach.
And now, your personal favourite player of all time?
Of all time,
All time.
you've got to look at Pele, Maradona. Yeah, they're 2 greats, in my opinion.
My personal favourite. You asked the biggest questions in the world. I have lots and lots and lots and lots of top players. I think now you look at Tevez, Aguero, David Silva. To pick one player would be hard for me.
Okay. Pick one from who's retired then, perhaps.
I'm an Englishman, so personally, when he played football on the pitch, I like Paul Gascoigne. But on the pitch, when he played, I love to watch him with the ball.
And now, what's your take on that horrible thing called diving?
Leave that one to the referees.
Well said. And where have you personally found, your best talents? What region would you say?
Well, I think we're a Manchester club, so we look in Manchester first. But I think football in England is massive. It's a big game in England. It's also a global game, so I think there's potential all around the world. We're a Manchester club, so we're going to look at Manchester first, and then nationally, England, lots of talent there. So we'd be fools if we discounted anywhere for potential.
And now, what's the craziest deadline day transfer you've ever seen?
As Manchester City coaches, we think Robinho on the final day at the final hour was very exciting for us. Final day.
Now, the change of formation from 4-4-2 back in the day, it's now 4-3-3, which is commonly used. What do you prefer?
I think now you will see a lot more 4-3-3. I think the system you play is always going to be individual to your team and your players. So for me to say which is best, it is hard. You see teams win 4-4-2, teams win 4-3-3. I think the art of it is to find your players and then find the system that fits your players perfectly.
Now, technology, yes or no, in terms of goal line technology specifically?
My personal opinion? Yes. Just, I think we will stop the goals that aren't given that go over the line. It will solve that problem.
Who's the fastest player in the team?
If I was racing them, they'd all be faster than me. But I wouldn't know that. I think there are a lot of fast players in Manchester, in the Premier League, in Manchester City, in the world. I wouldn't know who the fastest was. I'd like to see it.
Best freestyler?
Lots of skills. You know, you see we have players like David Silva, Sergio Aguero, Carlos Tevez. All the players are very skillful. So, I wouldn't be able to give you a definite answer.
From the kids that you've been watching today, any ones that really stick out so far?
Yeah, there's good potential here in India. There is good potential for footballers. I think, like I say at the start, if the players practice and keep practicing, they will get better. But they have good potential here.
Who do you think have the best? Of course, City as well. But in general, what are the best youth academies in the world? If you had to pick, let's say, 4.
I wouldn't know. I work at Manchester City. I think our academy is brilliant. We have a great structure and a great base to improve young talent. My focus is Manchester City and our academy.
Where Where do you see football going in India? How soon do you see it becoming big over here, from what you've seen?
I don't know. I think it depends on the structure of the game, and projects like the Football Link are only going to help. They're only going to help Indian, youth and junior football. Projects like this will give the players a base to practice, and also enthuse them and inspire them to keep practicing and hopefully try and build, their skills and try and become better as footballers.
Great, well guys, it's been great chatting to you. Thanks for chatting to us, and good luck watching everyone, and hope we can take some people out to Manchester soon.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi guys, this is Total Football and we are out and about at the Tyagraj Sports Complex, and with me I have Chetan, who is the chief organizer of all things good that is happening at the Football Link tournament. What is the Football Link about?
So our aim last time was to see what the response to a festival like this would be. So we got Bolton Wanderers from England, coaches from there, and the response was fantastic. We had around 1,000 children participating last year, so we thought we'll bump it up a notch. And so we have almost 5,000 children coming this time and making this the largest football festival ever organized in India.
So how do you think the kids are shaping up here? Can we see one of these playing in the major leagues in Europe?
See, like I said, this is just the beginning for football. A lot needs to be done. There's a lot of potential here in India. Initially, we used to think that physically or the skill-wise, we lack behind Brazilians or Spanish or Germans. But my honest feeling is actually physically we're very gifted, skill-wise we're really gifted. What we're lacking is the mental side, the ability to adapt to the game, to cope up with the pace of the game, and that needs to happen at a very young age. So we need to start with 3 or 4-year-olds coming out to play football. An initiative such as this gives them that opportunity, and at the same time it gets them excited because you have coaches, big coaches coming from England and Italy. It does open up a channel for a few of these children, and especially the Man City coaches have found a few who are really good. But it all depends on a lot of things have to work out before the channel is actual, and it's more of a reality. Now hopefully it's something in the next festival onwards we should start seeing a stream of kids moving there, and that's what we can aim and hope for.
Well, a noble initiative nonetheless, because we've all been watching football, we've all been watching the major leagues, but it's nice to see that an initiative has been taken to bring the sport forward, to bring the people forward. And well, we at Total Football wanted to be at the grassroots level, because we might see a couple of them who might be playing in the big leagues or even representing our country and doing them proud, because that is what Chetan wants, that is what Chetan wants, and that is what we at Total Football want. So this is the Tyagraj Sports Complex and we are at the Football Link, and you are watching Total Football.
My name is Lewis Childs.
My name is Nick Cushing from Manchester City Youth Academy,
And you're watching Total Football.